* the Watcher of Westfield, New Jersey. Imagine moving into your dream home. You've saved, sacrificed, and finally, the keys are in your hand. But then, the letters start arriving. Letters that tell you, someone is watching you, someone who knows your every move. This isn't just a story. It's the real-life nightmare that unfolded for one family in Westfield, New Jersey. They were watched, threatened, and ultimately driven away. In 2014, Derek and Maria Bootz had just closed on their dream home at 657 Boulevard in Westfield, New Jersey. A grand Dutch colonial, the house stood proud and charming. But beyond its elegant exterior, this house held a dark secret. A secret that would soon reveal itself in the form of a single letter. Just 3 days after the family closed on the house, Derek Bootz decided to check the mail. Among the typical junk mail was an envelope with no return address. It was labeled simply, "To the new owner." The letter began innocently enough, welcoming the Bootz family to their new home. But as Derek read on, his excitement turned to dread. The anonymous writer, who referred to themselves only as * the Watcher *, stated that they had been watching 657 Boulevard for decades. The Watcher went on to ask chilling questions that made it clear they knew details only someone close could know. The letter mentioned the Bootz children by description, calling them young blood and asking if they would play in the basement, where, the Watcher suggested, no one would hear them scream. Terrified, Derek rushed home to Maria and showed her the letter. The couple was shaken but hoped it was just a sick prank. They reported it to the police, who launched an investigation. But unfortunately for the Bootz, this was only the beginning. Days passed, and just as the couple started to breathe easier, a second letter arrived. This time, it was addressed directly to the Bootz by name, a detail that sent chills down their spines. The Watcher's tone grew angrier, more possessive. In the letter, the Watcher expressed resentment toward the renovations the Bootz had planned, calling it an offense to the house itself. The words took on a menacing tone, as if the home were something alive, something that needed to be respected. Then came a third letter. It was now clear that whoever the Watcher was, they knew everything. They could see the Bootz. They knew the layout of the home, and they wanted them gone. But more chillingly, the letters hinted that the Watcher wasn't alone. The Bootz were desperate for answers. They began to suspect everyone around them. Their once friendly neighbors now looked like potential threats. Every glance, every sideways look felt menacing. Derek installed security cameras, hoping to catch the mysterious Watcher. But no one was ever seen. Friends and family suggested abandoning the house, but the Bootz had invested everything into 657 Boulevard. Leaving would mean financial ruin, and so they stayed, terrified and trapped. Westfield police continued their investigation, but the case went cold. Private investigators were hired, including former FBI agents. But despite thorough surveillance and profiling, the Watcher's identity remained a mystery. The letters contained clues, references to young blood, the boulevard, and a mysterious obsession with the home's history. But no one could trace these cryptic messages back to anyone in town. The Bootz were truly alone. In the end, the family could take no more. Derek and Maria Bootz, exhausted, terrified, and defeated, made the difficult decision to leave. They sold the house at a loss, and as they left, they couldn't help but wonder who had driven them away. To this day, the true identity of the Watcher remains unknown. Some speculate it was a neighbor, others believe it could be a former resident, or even someone completely unconnected to the house. But one thing is certain, the letters haven't stopped. The Watcher is still out there. The Watcher's letters have inspired countless theories. Was it a vengeful former resident? A mentally unstable individual? Or, as some have dared to suggest, something supernatural tied to the house itself. Could there be an evil that roams within those walls, claiming it as its own? 657 Boulevard stands quiet today, but any new owner knows they're not alone. The watcher is watching, waiting, and the fear of who or what they are lingers. Perhaps, in the end, there's something we'll never understand about certain places that pull people in and drive them away. If you ever find a strange letter in your mailbox, think twice. Someone might be watching you, too. Stay safe, and remember, not every watcher is seen.